What do you say, boy? On this episode of Mud, Sweat, and Gears, we're back to Red Squirrel Road. So we're just, there's no game plan for today. We're just gonna go for a drive. Probably quite a ways down. I'm thinking to Liberty Lake and a little bit beyond. There's a couple trails in there on the maps that kind of interest me, so we will see what happens. Right, little man? All right, stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to another episode of Mud, Sweat, and Gears. I'm John, and I brought along with me the Deeganator. Say hi. He's stuffing his face with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So this ride was kind of unexpected. We weren't really planning on coming out today, just because it is a little on the warmer side, but so we'll see what happens. Hopefully the GoPro cooperates and doesn't shut off, but it's about 31 degrees with the Humidex today. So we're gonna go down Red Squirrel Road again. This will be part 3. We're gonna try to get to Liberty Lake, and there's a couple trails I noticed on the map. Once we get closer, I'll explain more about that, but beautiful day. The sun's out. It is Monday the 24th, I believe. So I know tomorrow they're calling for rain all day. What else is new? You got to take the good weather while you can in Northern Ontario, because some seasons it's look at this, we got a logging truck. Look at this. See what I mean? We didn't even make it a kilometer and already dealing with this dusty shit. Damn. But yeah, like I was saying, you got to take the good weather while it's here. Because some summers and springs are just complete write-offs. Like we're talking, you know, I was just saying how it was 40 degrees, you know, a few days ago there, and now we're about 31, and then the long range there the next couple days is supposed to drop down to like 20. So I mean, the weather's just so up and down. So we might even get a little adventurous. If you remember from Red Squirrel Part 1, I believe it was, there's a little path going off to the right, probably about 20-ish kilometers in. I said it led to like almost looked like a little creek. So maybe we'll get adventurous and go down that path. And there's also a waterfall that I'd really like to try to investigate and see if I can get close to it. So we got lots on the go for today. This will probably be a longer video, as long as my batteries hold out. It's now 3 p.m. So yeah, it's gonna be a doozy. We got about 30 kilometers to drive before we get to Liberty Lake, so I'm not going to bore you guys. You've already seen this road, this stretch here, multiple times, so I'll tune you back in once we get a little closer to our destination, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We're just passing Tyndall Lake. You didn't miss much. It was kind of a boring drive. No bears. I did see a dead chicken. So we're 16 kilometers in now, so we're coming up to Red Squirrel Lake in about 4 kilometers or so. I'm trying a little bit of a different setup today with the mic. So we'll see how it sounds. Hopefully it doesn't sound like shit for you guys, but I'm wondering if they're actually done logging now at Eagle Lake, because after you pass Thieving Bear Road, which now they have it labeled as Best Road, the road seems to kind of deteriorate a little bit, so I'm thinking they may possibly be done at Eagle Lake. They started that early last spring, I believe. So, who knows? We shall find out, I guess. I want to thank all the new subscribers. We're on a roll. I think we're almost at 150 now, so thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the last episode with my son, the Deeganator. Is That a Bear? If you haven't watched it, check it out. Nice, beautiful little area here. We're coming up to that that creek where I got some photo ops on Red Squirrel Part 1. So when I passed my favorite campsite there, of course, they're still there, and now there's actually another trailer there. They look like they're brothers. Pretty much identical trailers, just maybe like 2 or 3 feet difference in length. So you gotta love everybody that goes well over the 21 days, because this road is absolutely terrible for it. You know, and I'm not one to call the ministry and get them in shit. You know, I'm not a snitch like that, but it does piss me off. Especially if you are patiently waiting for a spot and people just don't care. Now, luckily, I was able to relocate finally. Not exactly the spot that I wanted, but you know what? At least I'm on this road now, which is where I'm going to be doing a lot of my shooting now. Along with Wilson Lake Road, and there's a couple really cool things I want to show you guys coming up in the next couple episodes, so be sure to check that out. We're 19 kilometers in now. There's the creek coming up. There's Buddy there. That looks like the same damn trailer that was here from Red Squirrel Road Part 1. So I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't care where I am. I'm not near water, so who the hell is going to complain if I'm there for over 21 days now, right? Hopefully he's still hanging on back there. I think I can feel his legs. He hasn't fallen asleep yet. He's doing pretty good. I told him, I said, this can be a long ride, a long road to get down. You know, I mean, we're doing average 45 to 55K. You know, we're 20 kilometers in now. I said, but all the stuff that I want to show is obviously beyond this, because I want to get to the farthest points and then work my way back. That's the whole point about this. Makes it a little easier, because I've shown you a good chunk of the roads on the way back. Jack Pine Road, all the roads that split off to Tyndall. There is another one that if we have time, I'll go down and show you guys as well. It's the very last campsite on Tyndall that I didn't have time to show you in the previous episode of Red Squirrel, so we'll see what happens. And here's the creek. Should be coming up to Red Squirrel parking lot, or landing, or whatever you want to call it. So last time we were here, there was only 2 trailers there. That was it. So with the Canada long weekend coming up, Canada Day long weekend, we'll see how many trailers are there now. My guess is probably a little bit more. Stop up here so little man can stretch. We'll go to the little water area here that we stopped at where all the butterflies took off last time. So, oh yeah, we got a few more now. There's still the same 2. I smell somebody having a fire going there. We got 3, 4, 5. Yeah, little man's never been down this road with me, so this is all new to the Deeganator. So I think we'll stop here. Maybe he'll want to go for a swim, and maybe I'll actually join him. It is pretty hot. Yeah, you like that, eh, bud? Want to go check? You want to go check it out? All right. Well, let's go check it out. Try to somewhat keep the bike in the shade if we can, since I've already been in the water with this thing. All right, I'll let the bike cool off, bud. So now look, someone left a floaty here for us and a chair. Look at that, eh? What do you think? You want to go for a swim? You can if you want. I don't care. You just take off your socks and sandals and just go ahead. I don't mind. If you want to go for a dip and cool off. The water's warm here. Okay, he says. Come here, let me take your helmet off first. You got peanut butter all over your face, you know that?
I just wash you with that water.
Yeah, see, smart thinking. Here, take your glasses off. All right, pull your helmet off. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess he's going to go for a little dip. I don't blame him. I might actually join him. Here, let me see them. I'll just put them on the bike. You really got to stop letting your sisters paint your damn toenails. Oh my goodness. All right.
It's really warm in here and cold.
It's warm and cold? Well, let's see a cannonball. you might as well get wet. Your shorts are already on backwards anyway, so I guess that's the going thing nowadays, huh? We'll call you Backwards Billy. All right, we're gonna cool off, and we'll catch up to you guys as soon as we start heading back down Red Squirrel Road. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. I think the little man's cooled off enough now. We just spent about 30 minutes there. So let's continue on and head up to Liberty Lake. Ran into a local there, an older lady that was nice enough to let my son use her floaty so he could float around a little bit. And actually we come to find out that she's pretty much my neighbor. Her dad's best friend, I guess, is friends with one of my buddies, the one that has the cottage for sale on Hanson Lake, so that's fantastic. Definitely tell the heat difference today, especially when you're in the sun. It's warm. Oh, really bumpy there. She actually asked me if I was down to Hanson Lake. I said, yeah, my buddy's cabin's on that lake. She's like, yeah, that's my buddy too. Like, small world, small world. Lots of campsites open still, but unfortunately they are just no good for a trailer. We're 24 kilometers in right now. I mean, I thought about parking at Red Squirrel, like the landing there, but I don't like being around that many people, you know? Like, look at that. Look how crazy that is. That they got that trailer in there. Like, all it takes is a couple of good solid rains to soften that bank a little bit, and there goes your trailer. Like, that's just crazy. They still got this all beat up here, and somebody's still at my site. Yep, my old campsite. Yeah, like, that's crazy. So we are now past Red Squirrel Lake. So now we're going to come up to that split off up here. This is where the road gets interesting. And again, this is just going to be another tip of the iceberg, really. As far as where we're shooting today and how far we're actually going, it's still just going to be a sliver of what this road has to offer. Like, it connects to this road and that road and this road. It goes forever. Like, you can literally, if you connect to the right roads on this main road here, if you take the right paths, you can actually end up in Timmins, which is 2.5 hours away from me. driving on the highway. So yeah, it's a big trail system. And if you don't know it, if you're not careful and you don't come prepared, and God forbid you get lost, something happens, I mean, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. Like on the main road here, not so bad, obviously, right? You're gonna have the traffic. But when you start branching off into no man's land, that's when you're asking for a little bit of trouble. So what we're gonna do right now, because here's the split off, okay? So that's Red Squirrel Road, right there to the left. We're gonna go straight. This is now Eagle Lake Road. Road channel, I tried to read that quick, but because Liberty Lake is just up here. And I'm curious to see if I can see anything as far as logging signs or something. I doubt it, but there's a campsite, 300 meters. That would be the one likely I'm talking about. Now this lake here, you cannot fish. It is protected. I believe it's a sanctuary of some sort, but you cannot fish it. But if you wanted to drive your truck and trailer, or just your truck and pitch a tent, whatever, this far back, there's one campsite there, which surprisingly no one's there. Let's go have a look at Liberty Lake, and surprisingly nobody is here. Now see, if I would have known that, I probably would have towed my trailer all the way back here, even though obviously, I mean, I can't fish this lake by any means, but it's just, yes, we're gonna go down there, bud. You betcha. All right, let's go show everybody Liberty Lake. This is like one of those, how do I describe it? It's like a turquoise colored lake on the right day when the sun beams down. You almost think like you're in the Caribbean or something. It's beautiful. It's got that nice little tinge of green too, almost like it might have been part of an old quarry or something back in the day. Just gotta watch your step here. Don't be falling in, little man. Although you probably won't, it'll be me falling in. So welcome to Liberty Lake. As you can see, like it's a prime swimming lake. Like look at all the fish. See the minnows? See the minnows? Tons of them, just tons of them. Like you can't tell me this isn't chocked full of, yeah, they're right there. They're coming right up to you. They look like bass. Curious little things, aren't they?
Can we take a break and take our helmets off?
Another break? We just started going, bud. We gotta keep cruising. All right, so there you have it. Here's Liberty Lake. So we're going to evaluate the map on where exactly I want to go next. I know we have to go back a little bit and then cut up Red Squirrel Road, and I believe there's two paths there. One leads to a gorgeous cliff, and at the bottom of that cliff is a nice creek. So stay tuned, everybody, and we'll get back to you. All right, so we're leaving Liberty Lake. Like I said, it's a nice campsite. I mean, if you want to drive pretty near 30 kilometers in down the Red Squirrel Road, there's plenty of space here that you could definitely put a trailer. You wouldn't be able to put one way in the back unless it was a smaller trailer, but for the most part, it's not bad at all. I'll quickly show you the other site here. This one you could probably get a trailer in, no problem. Yeah, you could easily back a trailer into here. It's flat enough for sure. And there's a trail system right there. So yeah, it's a nice little area for sure back in here. This is actually the first time that I've been back here where there hasn't been somebody here, so it's great. Nice big fire pit, clothesline. You got everything you need. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back, just because it is later in the day. It's already 4, let me see what time, yeah, 4 o'clock, wow. So I mean, Eagle Lake Road goes quite a ways back. Like, it's, if I zoom out, look at all the campsites. Like, it is absolutely crazy the amount of campsites on this road and on the roads that branch off. And like I said, you can spend an entire month on this road and you're never going to see all the trails. So that's why I broke it up into 12 parts. So probably the next shoot I do will be way down there. Down Eagle Lake area where it branches off again. But for right now, there's 2 paths I want to check out. That should just be up here, just down Red Squirrel, past the camp, Camp Wanapate, or however you say it. Actually, we can cut through right through here. We'll take a shortcut. As long as there's no one coming. All right. So now we're back on Red Squirrel. And believe it or not, they actually have buses that come all the way down here and drop off kids to camp or pick them up or whatever, right? Tisdale, I believe it is. Tisdale Bus Lines is one of the operations that does the pickup and drop off services to Camp Wanapate. So if you're interested, you can definitely check it out. What I'm interested in is that big ass lake coming up, Lake Temagami. If you've never fished or been on Lake Temagami, you're missing out, because Lake Temagami is a huge body of water and extremely popular. I'm just hoping that we can get back as far as I want to get back. Hopefully there's no gates or blockades or anything like that. Because there's the camp right there. We've already been there. Like on the map right here, it shows that there is a gate up here, but really there's not. So now just let me have a quick look at where I wanted to branch off to. Alright, so it shows that there's a path there, but I'm more interested in the one that was farther up. Let's see how far we can get, because if I'm not mistaken, there is a blockade, a gate. It's snowmobile access only. So during the spring, summer, and everything, they have it closed off. Right now we're 29 kilometers in, so we're about the same distance as we were for Liberty Lake. Another little path there. That's one of the trails there that I was talking about. So we're coming up to that bridge. Let me see where we are here. Like, do they consider this a gate? I don't understand. Because if you remember, I took you to Barmac Lake in Red Squirrel episode 1. And there was somebody there, which is just right here, off this little path here. So maybe we can take a little scoot back in there on the way back and just see if that guy is still there or if he's left. Just because I want to show you guys the view from that campsite. It's just spectacular, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, right here. I remember this up here. So right up here there's a creek. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a gate. Caution, gate ahead. See what I mean? And there it is. We are met with that gate. So this is as far as you can go on Red Squirrel Road during this time. There is no way to get around this. I've tried. And it's deep. It doesn't matter how you look at it, you're not going to get in here. Like, it drops off. $10,000 fine. Yep, and I mean, you'd figure somebody would blaze a path to get around. I mean, look, it continues, right? This is what sucks, because this is what continues to go and branches off to all the other roads. That's why you got to go through the Eagle Lake area, but who's to say that there's no gate down there now, right? There very well could be. November 14th to April 14th, snowmobiles permitted. Well, of course, because they can just go around, right? Even with a snorkel kit, that's got to be at least 8-9 feet deep right there. Like, it just drops right off. So I mean, they were smart when they put that up. They were definitely smart. So that is not the one that I want then. So the one that I want must be one of these other ones just up here. But you know what? Let's take a little tour back to... Actually, that trail there looked pretty skinny, but that might actually go around. I am on the hunt for a mini bike again. Just to let you folks all know that. Because for shit like that, for me to shove a mini bike under there, just to go for a little toot, yeah, you're damn right I'm going to do it. Because I'm curious. I mean, I know they have it up for a reason, right? They don't want the path all beaten to hell and everything, but still. If you're a respectful rider, you should be able to just take a cruise back in there. But let's go see if our friend at Barmac Lake is still here. If I don't pass it, should be here somewhere. I didn't pass it, did I? Nope, it's just up here. There it is, right by the bridge sign. So let's go see and get nosy, I guess you could say. Who knows, maybe this will actually lead to where I actually wanted to go as well. Maybe. I've only been to this creek crossing once, and I should have marked it. I definitely should have marked it. I know it was during the time that I was trying to find Lake Temagami from one of these roads, and I didn't realize that you can get to it through the campway. I didn't realize there was a public beach access there, so I was taking every side trail imaginable. My first year living up here, and I'm like, where the hell is it? And I came across this creek, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Hopefully this guy is gone, or maybe he's not there and I can just get out and give a quick tour. Who knows, maybe he's got supper ready for us. I don't know if this path does continue, and if it does, for how far. I mean, according to this, it just ends. It looks like it leads to what appears to be a creek or a swampy area. I'm thinking he's still here. I can smell that water. The bugs are terrible today. Yeah, there's still somebody here, but I don't see a vehicle. The trailer looks like it's closed up. There's your view. This is Barmac Lake. Isn't that incredible? I told you you're up on a cliff, so for him to get this thing in there when you got a tree right there and then you got a fire pit right there, that's some talent. That's got to be a 19-footer easily. So there you have it. This is Barmac Lake. It just beautiful spot. You're definitely off grid. So I don't know what you want to do here, Sonny. Yeah, the trail ends right there. It does end, actually. It turns into a walking path. I've already gone down enough of those damn things. I'm not really interested in doing that again. So this obviously ain't the path that I was thinking of. Where the hell is it? Well, until we figure out where that path is, we're not going to bore you with going down the same road over and over again, so stay tuned all. Alright, so we came up to this, and we're going to see where the hell this goes. Because I don't know, I don't remember. Fucking already trees down. I'm not cutting shit. No way. Oh my God. Oh. Why is it every time I want to find something, there's always got to be shit in my way? I guess it wouldn't be fun if it wasn't, right? Now, is this gonna lead to anything? Fuck, who knows? I have no idea. Well, I don't think I'm gonna make it over this one, just because he's a little high. I should make the Deeganator just actually, we might be okay as long as I don't get any tire poppers there. Beautiful. See, that tree got scared and knew if I had to bust out that chainsaw. Oh, buddy, look out. So I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been down here and it splits off. Shit. Okay, so we're there. Well, I know where that goes. I'm thinking that's the way I want to go. Possibly. Looks like it leads to some sort of creek. So maybe this is the one I'm thinking of. is there was a campsite back in there. And it was a decent one, so again with these fucking trees. Deegan, you feeling strong? Well, this fucker's still got some life in her. No, it's all right, bud. I think it'll be okay for us just to kind of bounce over this carefully. One tire at a time. Same with this. Same with that. All right. Just wouldn't be an adventure without trees, right? Should just call it mud, sweat, and trees. This does somewhat look familiar to me. Somewhat. It's been 3 years. Like this was a trail that I found 3 years ago. So a lot can happen in 3 years to a trail. We all know that as riders. The landscape can definitely change over the course of a season and get a little crazy. If we come up to a big ass cliff with a creek at the bottom, then it's the right spot. If we don't, well, then it's the wrong spot. But we are definitely off grid. No man's land. Oh, fuck. And of course we're like right there. Like right there. Look at this. Look at this. I can't exactly go around it either, Sonny. Shit. Alright, well, scratch that idea. Unless we want to go for a walk, but we're going to get eaten alive. Yeah, because it's still up here just a ways. We're going to get fucking destroyed. Destroyed by the bugs. Alright, let's find a spot to turn this fucking Goliath around somewhere. Otherwise, there's going to be a long ass drive out, buddy. Oh, wait, right here. Should be able to get her in here. There we go. It wasn't so late in the day. We were dressed a little better and it wasn't so bloody hot. Yeah, I'd get off of my chainsaw and cut all that shit, but I don't want the little man getting picked up by horse flies, black flies, and mosquitoes and taken away. So we will go to that other path that I wanted to show you guys in the previous episode, and we will try to see if possibly we can get to that waterfall. Because you've already seen the beach in episode 1. Hope you all have visited at least since then. Maybe go for a swim, especially during that warm spell we had. A big shout out to my Mexican buddy. I got some Mexican fans. I love it. Also, somebody private messaged me about my wife's nickname. They got it. They got it right. They commented tits. So a big shout out to Joan. Joan. I'm still waiting for somebody to comment how many F-bombs I threw out in the episode What the Hell Happened with my daughter. So we're still waiting on that. Oh, you good? Almost bounced him right off. He's probably thinking, damn it, Dad. Sorry, Sonny. Now, we could go that way. That's just going to lead us back to the beach, though. So, you know what? There's really no point. Because I know it'll be busy in there. Might as well just get our butts back to the main road and get to cruising to our final couple destinations of this ride. Might even let the Deeganator drive. Well, Dad has a nap. All right, well, stay tuned, and we'll tune you back in when we get a little closer to where we are going. And we came across this little road here. I can't really see the name of it right now. I don't want to stop because the bugs are terrible, but we're coming up to what looks like some sort of creek crossing of some sort. I apologize if the GoPro dies. I'm pushing the red zone right now. I'm trying to save my last battery for the way back, the other couple stops we got planned. Where the hell do we go? Actually, this might be the spot I was talking about. Yes, it is. Haha, I found it. Awesome. All right, so this was the road that I've been talking about. We are on, let's see, Cofacco Lake Road. Cofacco. Yeah, campsite. There's a big ass hill right there going up, but here's that creek I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen, before the GoPro dies. There is no way around this, to my understanding. Hold on a minute, bud. There's a warning here. Oh, that's the snowmobile warning sign. What the hell is that doing here? Because it looks like the path continues straight across and continues on. And eventually it will lead to Lake Temagami. So, but yeah, nice little creek crossing area. Nice little campsite. The creek continues up there. This is probably part of the creek where I stopped to get some photo ops on the first ride with the bike. I'm just trying to see if that's an animal over there, but I can't tell. Yes, buddy. What do you want? You want a drink? You want to take a break, eh? You tired, huh? All that driving must wear you out. All right, well, stay tuned. We're going to have a break here. I got to change batteries anyway, so we'll catch up with you as soon as we get closer to our last couple destinations here. All right, welcome back. We are now heading back out of Cofacco or Cofacco or however you say it, Lake Road. So there we go. I found that creek crossing that I was talking about from 3 years ago. we're making some progress. Fucking big hill, man. Full of rocks. Hold on, little man. We actually seen a bear when I was changing, right in the middle of changing my battery. The little man there was having a squirt, and I heard something break. And I look up, and there goes a bear in the bush. So by the time I changed the battery as quick as I could after that and get the camera back on him, I didn't even think to grab my damn phone. I should have. But can't capture everything, right? Got a lot of rain here. I left my my little shitter pail. It was completely empty yesterday, or sorry, Saturday, when I dropped off the trailer to the new location there, and I put it right underneath my my window awning that I have on an angle, so when it rains, obviously the rain just runs off, right? And when we got here today, it was actually right up to the rim, full. So that's a lot of water. It's a lot of rain. Mind you, a lot of it's runoff, obviously, but still, that's quite a bit of rain. So now we're gonna head to our final 2 destinations, hopefully, and well, we'll see what happens when we get there. I've never been down the one path, and I have been down the other path, the last campsite on Tyndall Lake there, so we'll show you that. So it's quite a ways in still, so we're not going to bore you with this drive, just gravel road, so I'll tune you back in once we get a little closer, so stay tuned. Welcome back. So we passed the waterfall about 1.5 kilometers ago, and there is no trail in there whatsoever, not even a walking trail, which to me is a real bummer because I wanted to get in there. So I'm trying to remember where the hell this other trail is. Kind of looked interesting. That's just the campsite. This is Buddy's site here. In episode 1, I don't remember it being this close to the road. I remember it being back a little farther, but unless I passed it, and it's just one of those days where you're looking so hard to try to find a trail, right? And I know this one is not on the map. It's definitely not on the map. So I don't know. Not unless this is it coming up now. Would have been nice to get to that waterfall though, because that looks very cool. It's going to be one of those chutes where you're going to have to just bring a oh, that path, yeah, that's a long path that just leads to nowhere by the looks of it. So that's no good. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to bring some chest waders and just kind of hug the shoreline of that pond, creek, and try not to fall in. You get as close as you can, because the waterfall is not exactly close to the road, that's for sure. You got to walk. You got to do a little overlanding with your feet, I guess you could say. Because this overland ain't going to make it over there. So we're gonna go show you the other part of Tyndall there. As long as nobody's down there. Remember this lake? This was the one I said there's a campsite over there on that big rock. But how the hell do you get to it? Like, I don't know. That's the only trail right there that I see back there going in, but then it ends. So unless the map is just not accurate, I don't know. But it would be cool to figure out how they got over there, because it looks like a nice spot. I hope you're enjoying today's episode so far. It's been pretty good. Sucks that we got shut down by that stupid gate, but I guess you can't win them all, right? But you can bet your ass, if I hunt down a mini bike, strap a backpack on, and sayonara, I'm going. I'm going. What do we got here? That's nothing there. I'm going to be looking back and forth, people. Bear with me, folks. I'm just going to be scanning like a cop with a radar gun right now. Trying to find a way to get into that dam. Here comes another one that it shows a path literally right here. Like where? And it shows another one there. And I mean, that potentially could be something that would lead over to that camping site, possibly. It should be coming up right now. And now we're past it. Like, where the hell are these paths? Because I don't see anything. So I honestly don't know what the hell this thing's talking about. And it's usually pretty good. I got to give it that. If it says there's a path there, 99% of the time there is a path there, but not this time. Where are we here? We're right there. So we're coming up to where you guys have been down here. I showed you Tyndall. That was episode 1 there, that beautiful, beautiful campsite. So the other end of Tyndall, I would imagine there might be somebody there, but it's big enough, and I really don't care. We'll put them on TV, why not? My son's done pretty good. We've been driving for about 75 kilometers already, so. See, this was a path here, but it's blocked off. Now that's another road though. That one there is, what is that called? Snare Lake Road. But I mean, look at that. It goes and goes and goes. And that's not even Snare Lake. Oh man, that's a shoot in itself, ladies and gentlemen. There's Snare Bay and Nipissing Lake. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's a nice ride actually. That'll definitely be worth the shoot. Absolutely. But right now, I'm focused on this particular route here. It shows a marker here, so I must have marked this for a reason. I believe that's it. This is the one. Any fresh tire tracks? I don't see any, so this also leads down to another road. I've come down here a couple times with my pickup truck. Oh, I hear it beeping at me. You want to take a break here? All right, well, we can do that. Just let's get under this. Watch your face. Well, I wonder what they use this for. What? It's beautiful, eh? It was the start of our new home. If I'm not mistaken, this should lead right down to the lake. Yes, it does. So this is in the shade at least, so we can definitely have a little break here. The bike's definitely running hot today. You know what I'm going to do, Sonny? I'm going to put it neutral and let it run for a minute. Just keep the circulation going for the belt. So this is the other, well, I guess you can say the tip of Tyndall Lake. I have fished right here before. I've launched the boat. I've gone out. It's a nice sized lake. It's not very deep by any means, but I've caught bass and what else did we catch out of here? I actually think there's perch in here, if I'm not mistaken. We were catching perch like crazy, just little small guys. They weren't jumbos by any means, but yeah. So this is Tyndall, the other little campsite. Oh, look at this guy. He's all ready to go, eh? You want to shut it off? There you go. All right, well, I'm going to get him full of fluids. That way he's got enough strength to drive us back to the truck. Oh, you're driving back to the truck, aren't you?
I am.
You are, huh? All right, stay tuned. Welcome back. We're heading back to the truck there and came across this little path, so we're seeing where it leads. It's not very long. It looks like it leads to a decent little lake there, but whether we can see the lake or not, well, that remains to be seen. I didn't see this posted anywhere, so oh, I see water. So maybe there's a nice little campsite back in here. Or something. Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. There's no name on this lake, but looks like there's been vehicles in here. Definitely some tire tracks. Look at that. I have no idea what the name of this lake is. It's not listed on the map. But she's a beauty. the campsite. So we just discovered something new, Sonny. Look at this little slice of paradise, eh? Let's check it out. Yeah, like see. Oh, wait a minute. No, there is Lundy. This is Lundy Lake, ladies and gentlemen. Lundy Lake. I could probably get the pickup truck in here, no problem. I didn't see anything that would scratch it. I don't think I'd get the camper down that path, but if we wanted to bring a tent, let's go check out Lundy Lake. We're finding all kinds of lakes today, Sonny. See, bring the Deeganator along, we find everything. Look at that. Put a chair right here. Ah, just bask in the sun all day. Fair-sized body of water. Looks pretty rocky. Looks very nice. And I don't really see any black flies and horse flies like every other stop, so I think we're good here to have a break. So there you have it, Lundy Lake, ladies and gentlemen. So once we get closer to I'm going to show you Thieving Bear on the way back too. I don't care if there's somebody there. What the hell with them? They've been there long enough. I'm going to intrude a little bit. So stay tuned. Just leaving Lundy Lake. A nice new discovery for us. The path getting in, I mean, it's rocky. It's not treacherous by any means, but I really wouldn't advise bringing a trailer simply because of the ruts. And if you got them little angled safety scrapers, obviously, on the bottom of your trailer to let you know, hey, like you're gonna hit your tanks or whatever, your water tanks, you're probably gonna bottom out. But to get a pickup truck in here with a cap, or if you got a tent or whatever, that should not be a problem. It's a nice little lake for sure. So we're gonna get the hell out of here and we're gonna go find, well, not find, but we're gonna go stop at Thieving Bear Lake. There's a secondary driveway there, little pathway where you're able to launch a boat. So I'm gonna drive down there just to show you guys. Thieving Bear Lake is actually, there was a body discovered in that lake. I want to say 10 years ago, in and around that time frame. Very sad story, actually. The individual, I guess he was a hermit, you could say. He was living off the land, right? And I'm not sure what happened as far as how he died, but he ended up passing away, unfortunately, and they could not retrieve his body until the springtime, and they actually seen it floating. So sad situation, obviously, for him and family, if he had any, for sure. I'm sure he did. But ever since that story came about and it was verified, my son, my oldest son actually, he's been terrified of that lake ever since. Every time we go fishing on it, he's only been, I think, twice with me, and both times he's, I don't know, he just changes as soon as we hit the water. He goes from all excited to basically terrified and everything else, and yeah, it's weird. I mean, there's a lot of native history on that lake. there's my dad and I were fishing on it, and we came up to this island, and there was a bunch of Native American carvings or something in the stone and the rocks. It was pretty cool. Now this was like probably 15 years ago at least, but it's definitely pretty cool. It's a very rocky lake. There's a lot of rock cliffs, rock walls, drop-offs. It's a very eerie feeling kind of lake, but the fishing's fantastic. Yeah, I know exactly where to go in there. If you want to catch bass, you want to catch pickerel, no problem. No problem at all. So that will be our last stop for today's adventures anyways. This video, I imagine, will probably be a couple hours, close to it. Like I said, it's hard to break up certain videos. It just means double the work as far as editing. I like to just keep it all whole. Yeah, it may take, 24 to 48 hours to export and then upload to YouTube, but at least it's all done. And like I said, I don't like to sugarcoat anything in my videos, and cut out all the bad stuff that I come across and just show you guys all the glamorous stuff. I don't believe in that garbage. But once we get a little closer, we got about 5 kilometers still to go before we get to Thieving Bear. So once we get a little closer, I'll tune you guys back in. So stay tuned. All right. Let's get into it a little bit here. Cool off the bike. Coming up to Thieving Bear Road, or I guess you could call it now Best Road. This is where they're doing all the logging. So I think they are done at Eagle Lake, to be honest with you, because I didn't see any signs back there posted. So this is where they're logging from now. I still call it Thieving Bear Road. So they can call it whatever the hell they want. I'm going to call it what I want. So there's Thieving Bear Lake right there. It looks like the Canada Day folks, or the ones with the Canadian flag and all the lights and shit hung up last time, they possibly moved on, but the only trailer that's left here looks like it's the same one. There was, I believe, 3 or 4 in here. And now it's just down to 1, but regardless, if it's the same trailer, you're well past your 21 days. So enough is enough. Pack your shit and move the fuck on. Stop being a dick. All right, where's that secondary entrance? Right here. There we go. I really don't give a shit if someone's here or not. You can kiss my ass. I'm gonna fucking show you guys Thieving Bear Lake. So here's Thieving Bear Lake, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I mean about it being rocky? Like, this is nothing right here, but the farther that you get out, it's all rock islands and rock walls, and it's a deep lake. Like, oh, it's very deep. My dad and I were fishing right next to a rock cliff, and it was like 100 feet right beside us. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. So there you have it. There's Thieving Bear. It is hard to get a boat launched into here because it's so bloody rocky over there. Here is, it's a hit and miss, I guess you could say. It's not terrible by any means, but it is doable. It's just a matter of being able to get up Not bad, two-wheel drive, eh, Sonny? As long as no one's coming. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that was here, because I recognize the red tent too. So lucky, lucky, lucky. And then the same with my my favorite site coming up. Same damn trailer on it, but now there's an extra one. So what are they, buddies? Hope you all enjoyed the last video there, where I kind of told the story about an individual I got to meet there in Perry Sound. Yeah, the paraplegic that has no legs there. And he still manages to ride his Can-Am 1000. The only problem is he's got nobody to ride with down there. I don't know whether people are just afraid to ride with him. Maybe they're judgmental. I mean, if they are, that's just wrong in my eyes. I mean, I'd ride with him any day, all day, any day. It'd be an absolute honor. So he's well aware of where I'm located, and he is interested in possibly attending a group ride one day, so we'll see what happens. But like I explained in that video there, hats off to him. He has my utmost respect. Coming up to the Net Lake Bridge and the Net Creek and Thieving Bear Creek, and you guys have already seen that, so no point in stopping there again. So right here, we're 5 kilometers in. This is pretty much when you start to regain some cell service, but I mean, like, is this really necessary? 2 trailers. It's the same damn fucking guy. I know it is. Just go back on Red Squirrel Road Part 1. And you'll see them. Oh yeah, I should have honked at them. Beep beep. Time to leave, asshole. So there you got to see somewhat of a scope of how far you can get back with a vehicle right now. You know you can get back about 31, 32 kilometers down Red Squirrel before you come up to that gate. And you see the numerous campsites if you watch Part 1, Part 2, and now this is going to be Part 3. And I still haven't shown all of them to you, I'm sure, because I'm still finding them. Look at Lundy Lake there. And then as far as Eagle Lake, well, I mean, like I said, that's a whole nother chute. And who knows how far we can get back. I mean, now that they're done logging back there, that's great. So that means we might actually be able to get farther, because I do know the last time I was, well, there's that dead chicken. The last time I was back there, they did have it blocked off. But mind you, that was about 1.5 years ago, so. We shall see what happens. And I did get confirmation about this Black Duck Lake here. There is a dwelling on that little path there. That was in Red Squirrel Part 1. So it is private property. Unfortunately, that is the only way in, unless I'm missing something on my maps here, but I really don't think so. It's really difficult to say. Like I said, there's paths that aren't even on the map, so who knows? Nice and cool in the shade. So, if you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Mud, Sweat, and Gears. We're growing fast. We're going in the right direction. I absolutely love it. My kids love it. That's all I hear throughout the whole house. As soon as my intro comes on, they're all dancing and having a good time. That's what it's all about. Having a good time with your kids, with your family, with your friends. It's just enjoying life, right? Get out, get on your machine, you know, explore. Don't be afraid to get off the beaten path. Just be prepared, that's all. Be well prepared. You know, always plan for the worst. Don't always expect the worst. That's the wrong way to think, but always plan for the worst. Always expect the best. That's the way to do it. Well, once we get closer to the truck, we're almost there, but we'll tune you back in. So stay tuned. All right. We are a few hundred meters away from our little hideaway. So I appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy day to watch another episode of Mud, Sweat, and Gears with me, John, and my son, the Deeganator, riding on what he likes to call Goliath. So our next shoot, there's a very good chance it will be Wilson Lake Road. There's a lot of beautiful scenery down there. I know that road very well. I basically grew up down that road, coming up here for almost 30 years now, 25, 30 years. So I'll be able to show you lots of lakes, tell you what the names of them are, what's good for fishing in there, everything. So we have made it back to camp. Mucky through here now after all the rain. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next time, ride smart, ride safe, and look after one another. Thanks for watching.